Hey, what's going on, chess fanatics? It is the 95th round of the Rapid Chess Challenge, where we speed up the games, so no one waits around too long. Okay, 10-minute game, popping in, rated 1637. Let's see who we get today. Okay, opponent 1662 out of Indonesia. Let's open up with d4. We'll play knight f3, bishop f4, and in this scenario, we can probably just go ahead and play c4. Okay, so fairly standard position. If our opponent happens to capture that, it'll accelerate our development. Could have considered maybe bishop b5 if they block it in. First we would trade. This way they wouldn't be able to come back and defend it. Okay, so good move from our opponent. Let's take this, see if they take back, and then we can consider bishop b5. Probably should have played... Ooh, interesting. So knight bd2 is a pretty typical line in London systems. Okay, so we shall just attack. We're going to wind up in a slightly worse position here. Okay, so obviously we need to capture back, so we should just do that. But now what? Okay, let's... So I'm assuming knight's going to come in. So we need to protect this if... Oh. Not what I had expected. Okay, so this gives us an opportunity to play bishop to g2 here. Let's see where our opponent goes. I have ideas of rook to c1 here, putting some pressure on the c file. Should we take this? So right now we have this square held down by the bishop. Okay, so good move from our opponent. Looking to just attack. So what we'll do is just hide that bishop away. And we might consider sacking. So takes. Let's just go for it. If they move the queen, we've got an X-ray here. I don't think they will move it because they have it protected. Fascinating position. So we could just look to eat this a7 pawn potentially. Really depends on what our opponent's going to wind up playing here. I suspect they should have some decent defense. Okay, so what if we take? So we can't really go king here. Oh, yes, we can. We'd have to actually snap this off first. Okay. So if king up, we'll take this. And then they could go... Okay, so here we go. So takes. You know what? Let's just go for it. Can't even play this because we would just take the queen. I think they have to take. Then we take. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So we take. Now where's he go though? Because if they go here. Okay, so let's see, check. This... Oh, we can't do that. Check, that would be insane. Okay. Let's do this check. This might be the best move that they have, is just to go back. So we do have some time on the clock. We might be able to calculate this. I think this is the best move. I mean, this is double check. Ooh, okay. So let's look at everything. Okay. So right now, this is pretty good because we have this all cut off. It comes over here. So then we have this check. Yeah, and our opponent just resigns. There's no real good maneuver, right, other than to come here and get mated. So, yeah, pretty crazy tactics in that one. I don't think we played particularly well, but you know what? We get the victory up to 1646. Let's just jump into the game review and see what they're saying. I'm gonna think 70 something. 88.3. Wow, that's way better than I had anticipated. Okay, so pretty standard. Um, yeah, so they didn't like this. They just want to go for development. We got ourselves into a bit of a worse position, obviously. Oh, but it really doesn't like this maneuver. Having said that, what is this? Is this roughly? Yeah, I mean, it's just dead zeros according to the computer. You know, we do have some good pressure here on the king side. And castling, yeah, not the best move, gave us a bit of an advantage. Now, I thought this was a great move simply because it was applying a pressure here. And I felt that that would be very valuable for me, but they just wanted me to win a pawn. This feels insane, absolutely insane. I cannot ever imagine taking this pawn. You know, rook over, what I'm going to just trade off and be left in this position where I'm, you know, defending. That I don't believe it for a second. I mean, maybe for the computer that makes sense. So it didn't like this. Obviously, we had a bit of an advantage here. So, okay, apparently this blunders a bishop. Let's see. Yeah, okay, very nice. Okay, we threaten mate though. Yeah, still. We're just down a piece with really no compensation, so not an ideal situation. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so like this. I felt like this was really strong, having this lateral pin. Pretty easy to, you know, look to, well, obviously not make that move, but just make any move and wind up dropping the queen. I knew that we are going to have some really good pressure here. Plus, we're really pressurizing c7. Cannot complain. Okay, so this apparently was the only good move. This is a great move, and oh, what? Does it want me to capture with the bishop? Let's see. It does. But what about what about rook over? I feel like that's insane. Again, I mean, computer is obviously able to able to defend this. What about this? Because I'd be scared of that. Just b7. What? Yeah, I mean, this is a ridiculous line. Look at this. b7. Like what? Okay, so obviously they can't come over and threaten because the bishop is here. So, okay, so we move it away. Oh, of course. Wow. And then we just win the rook. Very nice. You know what? I'd still be super nervous in that position. I'm okay with the way that we handled that. So what does it want here? Just basically, yeah, king f5 and you're fine. I mean, the computer can obviously defend anything. Okay, so I thought that this check was good. There we go. Okay, so this was the great blunder. I think I was right. Probably just had to go back, and I potentially would have looked for a draw. This was a really risky move. I was pretty sure that that was going to be mate because there was no way for him to access any of these squares anymore. So just boom, double check. Obviously great. Come over with check, and there's just nothing there's nothing left. Like all the squares are taken. The rook's got everything. You can really only move down to h4, and obviously you're going to get immediately mated. So, okay, 2,000 rating. Didn't feel like it, but we'll take any victory we can get. That was a relatively quick one too. That's all I got for today, guys. Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow.